Dick Morris is on the line with us in Connecticut right now, dickmorris.com. Of course, he's one of our favorite pundits. We're glad to have you on the show, my friend.
Well, it's good to be here, Jamie.
So what about Sarah Steelman? You have wanted to talk about this article in the Kansas City Star yesterday.
I think it was in the Post-Dispatch.
Yeah, Post-Dispatch too. Yeah, but I have a copy here from the Kansas City Star. But go ahead.
It ran in both. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous hit. What I like Sarah Steelman a great deal because of what she's done when she was treasurer in making sure that none of Missouri's money is invested in companies that do business with Iran or North Korea or other terrorist states. And she really took the lead in the United States in doing that, and those sanctions have been very, very helpful in hurting Iran. So they did a hit piece where they said that she herself owns stock in some of the companies that she criticized that did business with Iran. And the fact is that she's part of a mutual fund. And the mutual fund constantly buys new stocks. Each day they're making trades. And at some point, the mutual fund, without either her knowledge or her direction, bought stock in companies that were on Sarah's list. And she has no knowledge of that, and there is no such thing in the United States as a terror-free mutual fund.
Right.
Sarah set up a terror-free investment vehicle that a lot of people use, but there is no such thing as a mutual fund that does that. So it's a ridiculous hit. There was no way that she could possibly have controlled this, and she deserves vast credit for really being the first one in the country to be aggressive in applying real sanctions to Iran.
Well, and also she has an ability to control what she's controlling there regarding the avoiding investing in companies, that she has an ability to control that. The mutual fund she happens to own, she would not know right off the bat. And, I have to tell you, even if she did, the fact of the matter is she's working on in a public setting, and she is attempting to make sure that public money isn't used. And that's really what this is all about. And I'll tell you what, Dick, you've been around the block regarding reporters and that kind of thing. These guys must have spent hours and hours and hours trying to find something they could attack her on.
Sure, probably with the help of the Democratic National Committee.
Yeah.
But the point is that you buy a mutual fund 10 years ago, and every day they're buying something new.
Right.
You not only can't keep track of it, there's no way that they don't send you a mailing every time they buy a new stock. So she really is being hit with something here that's just ridiculous. And, Claire McCaskill, while we're on the subject of investing, her husband has a tax sheltering scheme based in Bermuda, where he's part of a reinsurance. His reinsurance program, his company, is based in Bermuda, and it's either because they like the pink sands in Bermuda and the lovely music, or because they don't get charged federal tax in Bermuda.
Right. It's funny how, Dick, though, when it comes to McCaskill's response to all this, she says, well, I don't screen my investments either, but then again, I also don't tout terror-free investments, so therefore I'm clean. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, this is not exactly a small investment. This is her husband's activity, her husband's major enterprise. So it's a huge part of it. And she says, on the one hand, I do not engage in any tax sheltering. And then on the other hand, she said, everything I do is part of the tax code that Senator Talent, your former opponent, approves of, which means she is using all of the legal gimmicks to avoid paying it.
Right. Now, is Senator McCaskill, in your mind, I guess in the national view, is she vulnerable, in your opinion?
Absolutely. I think that she's one of the most vulnerable there are. The neat thing about 2012 is that there are 23 Democrats and only 10 Republicans who are up for re-election. So this is really the chance to get into the meat of the Democratic majority. And you have about 12 Democrats who are running for re-election who come from states that went Republican last year. And one of those is McCaskill, where Missouri obviously elected Blunt. And I think that McCaskill is very vulnerable. vulnerable, and I think that Sarah has a fantastic chance to defeat him.
That'll be very interesting to see, and we're still waiting to see whether or not Senator Talent's going to jump back into the ring on that level, too. DickMorris.com is where we can find you. We always appreciate your insight, my friend. You take care and have a great holiday.
Thank you, Jamie. You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.